Mr. Speaker. The life of Prince Philip, the Duke of Edinburgh, was shaped by history, consciously and unconsciously. The ramifications, disruptions and consequences of the First World War resulted in his family's exile from Greece, and in his childhood he was effectively alone and taken under the care of the Mountbatten family, most principally Lord Mountbatten, someone who he was robbed of course, later in life by a Pyre bomb. Such momentous disruptions could easily have left this young child to withdraw from life, but each burden was borne on his young shoulders, and as he came of age, the world entered its second war. He joined the fight against fascism and put into practice the values that he would exemplify for the rest of his life: duty, loyalty and service. He served with the Royal Navy in the Mediterranean, the North Sea, the Far East, even being present at the Japanese surrender. And after the war, romance blossomed with his life partner, Queen Elizabeth, her bedrock, as they served us, our country and our Commonwealth. And all of this was carried with dedication, humanity and humour. A sometimes blunt humour, Mr. Speaker, which we got to appreciate here on his many occasions when he visited Northern Ireland. In this era, too many too readily pour scorn over the traditional values which he exemplified. When you see what his values achieved throughout his life, you see how traditional values can shape a better world. He showed, of course, that you can believe in the best of tradition and the inevitability of change at the same time. He redefined the role of a royal, working with hundreds of different causes and organisations, with younger people, service and driving British innovation at the centre of his efforts. His work with the World Wildlife Fund was literally decades ahead of his time, and over 2 million young people have gained a Duke of Edinburgh's award. Proudly, Northern Ireland boasts the highest participation levels in the award scheme in the United Kingdom. So a true intergenerational legacy to our youth, our United Kingdom and the world's environment. Yet, as we remembered our much-loved monarch and her family in our prayers, our nation's deepest gratitude is for what His Royal Highness did on the 2nd of June 1953, and every day until his death. When Her Majesty was crowned in Westminster Abbey, Prince Philip pledged to, quote, "Become your liege man of life and limb and of earthly worship, and faith and truth I will bear unto you, to live and die against all manner of folks, so help me God." He fulfilled his pledge, he kept his word, and we are all the better for it, and that is our common debt to him. His Royal Highness, Mr. Speaker, the Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh, has truly had a life well lived to the full. And in closing, Mr. Speaker, can I say that I do welcome the respectful way in which you and the parties have responded to the passing of His Royal Highness the Duke of Edinburgh. I think the unity of spirit has been evident. So let us all harness and channel that spirit moving ahead as the Assembly and Executive work through the very real and significant challenges that face us. Because the Duke of Edinburgh demonstrated the desire for a better future, and particularly so for our younger generation. So let us embrace his legacy to positive effect as we all go about the job of seeing Northern Ireland reaching its full potential in the new century ahead of us. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.